Hello, Mother's Tarot, Loretta Ann. This is an update on the second prototype deck that did come in. I did a late night recording. Well, it was late for me because yesterday was long. Um, I did a recording of me opening up the second prototype, and I don't edit, so I'm not going to be widely sharing that one, but I am going to give you an update on the changes and fixes that I'm still doing. And the biggest change I made on the major arcanas was with the magician card, and I'm going to show you that. But before I get into that, I haven't got a whole lot I'm going to share with the card changes, but I am going to show you the biggest things. Once I get my website up, now I've got the images there. I am setting it up. I found square.com. I'm new to all this. So they are a, um, e-commerce is what it's set up for. And I like that they have their own two avenues of uh, whatever their stores are selling. They have two setups where they put it out there and assist. I mean, just with it being present type thing, you know. I, I like that. Um, I need to figure out how to connect the images with the invoice and payments in it, and then for email lists, so I can notify you when something happens or changes or there's something available. And so I've got all the colors set and all the words, and I can't do it like I want to, but it's the closest I have come to finding a website that I can work with to have my images and the color and the font and it ain't even it's not exactly my style, but it will work. And this is after, I don't know, probably five different ways of getting here. It reminds me of a bird crashing down through the limbs of the trees trying to get to safety during the dark. Personal experience with my little cocktail. Almost 30 years ago. Anyway, been a little like that. Okay, then after I do that, after I get it up and functioning where I can test it, I know it works, everything's cool, because the deck will be the last thing added to it. Because right now I'm setting up the digital wall art that you see a few pieces in. There's other wall art, digital wall art that I created with using AI that were phenomenal. But they were created out of communicating with the AI. So they didn't belong in the cards, but I love them and blown away them. And I love musing up with them. So, okay. So when that's done, then Superior Pod, that's Superior Print on Demand, POD. Okay. Superior Pod. Before proceeding, their procedure is to meet with the people that they are going to be working with. as a fulfillment center. So I'm new to this. I had no idea. So, so anyway, I got to do that. And let's see, is that before or after I input everything? I don't quite know yet. But I am in communication with them. I gave them a phone call first, and so we're talking back and forth. So that's the real deal. And they're in New York. And so I got no idea what the price will be, but I do know that they're no minimum order. So I won't even get another prototype until I plug that in to happen, you know. So I'm going to show you the adjustments I made on this prototype and tell you about it. Let's see. Okay. What I did is on the pips, okay, and the court cards and such. I'm going to show you the Seven of Pentacles here in the new run. All right. In the second run. All right. And okay, now my eyeballs are really wanky. Okay, up here under where the title of the card is, I have inserted the zodiac symbols, astrological symbols of the signs. Like for the pentacles, that would be the earth. Um, yeah, right. I'm talking about this and okay, do I have it? Yeah, here I did. Okay, because I realized that I didn't have that quite right. But, I had like 10 training decks, and they're all different and they're not all correct. And so, at least in my view, they're not. So, let's see. Um, the earth signs. Oh, no, let me get this right. And I'm still learning, making a deck and I'm still learning, but, I'm following what I'm being guided to do. Okay, let me use the, because I know the cups, the cups, they're signs, and I don't have a new cup. Do I have? No, I'm just going to show you some pentacles and wands and the magician because those are the ones that had a significant change. And like the water signs. Okay, you've got who leads out on the water signs? Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. Okay. So I would put the symbols. I did put the symbols up here. Okay. And then not on this side, but over here. So that means the ruling planets were all wrong. And I matched them up with the zodiac symbols, astrological symbols. I'm a little tired. So please excuse me for not being. All right, I'll catch up. Okay, so anyway, but on this card here, I uh, I put the gift. This is a gift that I put over this. I used. I placed in there, and that's the new thing that I did. Is on some of the cards I did that. Now on the magician, the image that I had, I did a background remover on it, and for me, it just friggin' popped. And I loved it. And so I used that. And I'm going to show you what it is. Um, for me, I really like because it does, it simulates to me more of a magical element, you know, the magician magic. It's intense, it's formless. When you manifest, it takes intensity. it is formless until it manifests. It takes some discipline, it creates change, and it takes the power of the mind. So I really love the magician card. Okay. Uh, okay. And then so the wands. Yeah. Yeah, the pentacles that CP, which is the AI that I used, it wasn't it, it was difficult to have some of these images created. So I used the clip art and dressed it up, covered some little flaws, whatever. And so anyway, the Ace of Wands in my deck, you can't mistake it for Fred Flintstone's club because it ain't gonna work. All right. I did have the woman. There was an older woman and like a garden type thing set up. I knew I wasn't real, you know, I wasn't exactly. But this one will work. This one works. All right. So, um, okay. Shared with some people, especially my homeschool tarot society. I guess, yeah, they're probably the first ones. Um, I have learning disabilities, and my angst was really with the court cards, you know. And I mean, I've got a lot of different decks, but the Rider Waite, we should learn that the story, the cards, all that, get embedded and infused in the 16th century imagery. Yeah, it doesn't work all that well for me. And it's my learning disabilities, you know. So this is another avenue for me, people like me, that need a different perspective. Just like I have on the side of this card, it says perspective. Yes. The ones for me are, if anybody's got an element to it, the ones do for the magic. So anyway, that's what I did. Was a big change. The Ace of Wands in there. And then I have the Four of Wands, again, using clip art to dress it up and provide a few of the visuals, the community. Is that as blurry for you as it is for me? Well, maybe I'll come in some money and get some decent equipment once these are published. Yeah, but it really I like it, but I put it over this, and you can't really see. I can't see it that way, so I'm sorry. Okay, the Ace of Pentacles. Once again, CP did a real good job with the hand and up like that, but the pentacle itself of that. So I used clip art. I used some clip art. I liked it. Then my hippy dippy girl is in the Two of Pentacles. And I used clip art because those didn't turn out exactly as they should have. So, hippy dippy art, hippy dippy girl. My Three of Pentacles, clip art on the big wall picture, collaboration, and the Five of Pentacles, clip art on the door. I really like the way it turned out. And it's got some, um, try to put like glass. Uh, like I said, my brain's now, I got to rest up, but I wanted to get this out in a kind of a timely fashion. And the Six of Pentacles. So I'm going to talk about the Six of Pentacles. This is another card in Rider-Waite that I have real angst with. And so I used clip art to give it a little color and clarity on the coins. Um, I have changed one of the texts. I've adjusted the text because I ain't done with this stuff yet. And so it'll be charity, receiving, benevolence, philanthropy, and balance of power. And Pentacles are the earth, they're the doers and planners. Mine is back alley, you know, back alley philanthropy, because that's what I see when I see Rider-Waite's image. If you look at if you've got it, you look at your Six of Pentacles. Where's mine? I'm gonna get that's a cut. Here we go. Here we go. What are you doing up here? Oh, these are, but they're all lined up. If you look at the Six of Pentacles and look at how the little peasant's hands are, all right? See that big old gaping hole in between the palms? No. Oh, here it is. Yes, you are. Okay. Look at that. Okay, you see these hands? They're not cupped. And those coins are right above the image of his hands. They're going to fall right through that crack and onto the dirt. So the one receiving down the dirt, pick it up. I'm not going to tell you. Feelings that flares up inside me. And so this is the truth of it all. They're back alley deals. You know your place. Grovel in the dirt where you belong because you don't have a padded bank account. You don't own millions or billions. Yeah. So, anyway, this is mine. And this is today's, in this day and age. All them billionaires tearing our country apart. They weren't born shitting bricks of gold. No, none of them. Anyway, it's my little angst. So, um, anyway, enough on that. I'm going to rest and I'm going to keep working and I'm going to get this out. Um, so, like I said, I did a recording and it was 50 minutes, not as bad, but still, I was so tired in there. Had some profound thoughts come out, and I had some babbling come out. So, and I don't know how to edit, so I'm not gonna try. So I'm gonna just make the corrections and keep on going. And this is the back of the new card. Um, if you've seen the other one, let's see, yeah. So the first one, yeah. But of course, this one's got all the copyright problems because I use Canva's stuff in here. I don't got that problem no more. Not no more. I created those with the help of AI. That's my hand down there holding cards. Yeah. So anyway, that's that's how that trip's out. And I'm not even gonna do a reading. I haven't had a cup of coffee yet this morning. I got my prayers in and I got my prayers for you too. So I'm gonna cut this short. I don't even know what time it is. I love you all. Thank you for all your support. And I'll get another video out soon. All right. But like I said, I'm tired. I'm just tired. So love y'all.